Hey everybody, it's Scott with another tool thought. Been a while. I've been real busy, but figured I'd give you my thoughts on these cutters. As you can see, one of them is a Knipex, or Nipex as I call it, because I don't have a knee, I have a knee, but that's neither here nor there. These are the 95 111 200. They've got two cutting areas, it looks like. I'm not sure why they're shaped like that, but I really do like these a lot. Then I've got these 15 to 20-year-old Kleins. We call them eagle beaks around these parts. And then I've got the ones on the right that kind of resemble the Kleins a lot, but they are not. They are Doyle, the Harbor Freight brand. We'll kind of go into that a little bit. So the reason I bought the Knipex is because they're slightly shorter than the other ones. Now, obviously that affects your leverage, but they're a little more easy to, to fit into my tool pouch that I wear. I don't like something real long-handled sticking out of my tool pouch when I'm doing a pre-wire or something, because a tool belt is a snag magnet for every cable that you're pulling anyway. So I try to keep the handles short on the stuff or push them further down in my bag, and these two really have long handles. So that's why I went with the Knipex cutters. You're looking at a huge price difference. These are these are about $50. I got them at Menards. The Kleins, like I said, they're 15 to 20 years old. I think they were 25 or maybe $30 back in the day. And then the Doyles here, which don't even belong to me, they were lent to me by a colleague. I think they're about $20. They're really crunchy. Not broken in at all. I just lubed them with some Ballistol, but I haven't used them on anything. I can't speak to the durability of them, but the quality does not seem bad to me. As you can see, look at the thickness difference from the Klein on the left there to the Doyles on the right. I'm not sure why they went so thick. I don't know if they're using an inferior steel and they need to get, make them thick to make them hold up, but only time will tell. So what I'm going to do is, I don't have a real scientific method for measuring the squeeze pressure on these cutters. All I can do is tell you how it feels in my hand, and I'm right-handed and I'm battling a hand injury. So I can't really, give you a good read, but what I'm going to test it on is why I bought them. Is this cable right here that we run. It's called multimedia or bundle. If you look at the end of it, it has two Cat 6 and two RG6 coax in it. It'll pretty much carry anything you need to a TV location or whatever. And this is what the reason I bought the Knipex, to see if they would go through it a little better in a smaller package. This stuff is cold right now. I'm out in my garage in my shop. So that's going to have an effect on, how easy it goes through. But the Knipex, I've been using them for a couple of weeks now, and they're not bad. You got to get them kind of wide, but not too bad, so wide that, you need two hands, and it just went through that like butter. The old Kleins, you got to get them a little wider at the front because of the beak at the front. But once you get them in there, again, it's butter. Notice how they didn't cut that string. They're old. They've got a ding taken out of the blade. You're not supposed to sharpen those, but I touched that up with a file. I guess I could take them up to Home Depot and tell them they're not cutting anymore, but I don't know. That just seems dishonest to me. And then the Doyle, I believe this is the first cut on these. And again, it's butter. I mean, the cutting edge is razor sharp. Only time will tell if it holds up, if the cutting edge holds up. cutting through. As long as you're only cutting copper like you're supposed to with these, you should be good. The only thing that makes me wonder is the center core on the coax there is a little hard, so I don't know what it's doing to the edges. But I've been, like I said, using these Knipex for a couple of weeks on that stuff, and the blades are just like they came out of the factory, though. So, if you're on a budget, get the Doyles. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Harbor Freight. For only a few things, I go there. People call me a tool snob, but I like American-made stuff, and I like German and Japanese stuff. And then, thanks to Scout Crafter. If you're not a subscriber or watcher of his channel, by the way, go check him out. He's a master craftsman, knows a lot about tools, and his channel's awesome. I get a lot of inspiration and a lot of education from him. But he started talking about the Taiwan manufacturing has been westernized and it's superior to the Chinese stuff, which I found to be true. So, in a pinch or whatever, or a budgetary constraint, I'll buy something that's made in Taiwan. And I believe the package said that these were made in Taiwan and not China. Like I said, they're really, really thick compared to the Kleins. I mean, they're almost a direct clone except for the thickness. Like I said, so if you're on a budget, go check them out. They seem to be pretty decent. They cut very easily. And, like I said, no shame in buying them and at least trying them for 20 bucks. I mean, the Knipex were $50. You're going to pay for the Knipex quality. They use an oil-hardened steel. I can't foresee having any issues with the cutting edges or anything. And if you do, they stand behind their warranty. It's rock solid. So, those are just my observations on the Doyles. They seem to be a reasonable facsimile of a pair of real cutters, and the quality's decent for the price. You can't beat it. Those are just my thoughts and opinions. Take them with a grain of salt, because, I'm no expert. I just like tools. I hope everybody's having a good day, having a good weekend. I really appreciate your viewership. I can't tell you how much, I appreciate it. If I don't answer your comments, I'm sorry. I'm real busy, but I do see them. I'm not ignoring you. If somebody makes a specific request, I try to get to them and accommodate them. And that's all I got, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.